Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Sasolburg Bowling Club. Again, we've been blessed by wonderful weather this morning. It's a little bit of a chill in the air this morning, but there's no wind, and we certainly are looking forward to a nice sunny day today. A wonderful club, Sasolburg Bowling Club. Sasolburg Bowling Club have really gone out of their way to make this tournament as comfortable for every single player. The spirit that this tournament has been played in has been absolutely fantastic. All the players have been enjoying themselves. The catering has been absolutely first class. And generally, everybody has got on well. There's been absolutely no complaints from anybody. The greens are very good. The accommodation is good. The meals are excellent. And we've got a wonderful group of 20 teams here from the different districts, all champions in their own right. On our TV rink this morning, we do have the brother and sister combination of Fran Belleri and Donovan Fisher. Donovan is the older brother. He's 39 years old. And his younger sister, who's just received her Protea colours, is Fran Belleri. They're up against a couple, a husband and wife couple, and Evelyn Kluti is skipping. They are from Limpopo, and her husband Gorman is playing lead. He's been playing some exceptional bowls this tournament. In the commentary box with me, I have the pleasure of the legend of bowls, Mr. Donnie Picketh. Donnie, how are you feeling this morning after that great steak that we had last night?
Hey Bob, good morning everyone. Feeling excellent, Bob. The steak was certainly fantastic, as well as the refreshments. We had a lovely night. Thank God Jerry won that game yesterday afternoon. So he was relatively pleasant at dinner last night. And but all in all, it was a good time was had. I think the Fran and her brother playing against Gorman and Evelyn, the two that took a 6 off Jerry yesterday afternoon. And so it should be quite an interesting game. I like Gorman at lead. He seems to be quite a consistent lead, Bob.
Yes, we watched yesterday afternoon when they played against Jerry. They were 14-0 down against Jerry, and they picked up a 6, which I'm sure Jerry won't be very happy telling all the viewers that he dropped a 6 yesterday. After the 6, they picked up a 2 and a 2 and a 2, so they pulled up to 14-12, and that was the time that we thought we wouldn't be going for the stake last night, Johnny.
Yes. The stake was certainly looking in danger there, in jeopardy there, Bob. But as I say, they certainly gave them a hell of a run yesterday from being 14-0 down. So we're in for quite a nice game, I think, this morning, Bob.
Yes, and Limpopo are now lying second in the section. They are one game behind Jerry. Jerry's leading the section with 15 points, followed by Limpopo on 12 points. And then the Belleri combination, Fran and her brother, Donovan, are on 9 points. So they're basically 2 games behind the log leaders. So I think we watched Fran play yesterday, and she played some excellent bowls, and I'm looking forward to seeing her again this morning.
She's got off to quite a good start here, Bob. She played an awesome shot. Evelyn's just played a very good shot as well. Still one down, but she a little bit unlucky there.
If I can just run through the logs with you. In the red section, Jerry Baker is on top with 15 points, followed by Limpopo on 12, followed by Rudy on 12. Rudy Jacobs is on 12 from Northern Free State. And then Fran Belleri and Donovan Fisher are on 10 points, followed by Ernest Wagner on 9 points from BGN. Andrew Sturley from EP on 9 points. Johan de Lange from Sedibeng on 9 points. Toby Gerber from Leases and Sables on 7 points. Lionel van Niekerk from Port Natal on 6 points. And the EKB couple have yet to register their first win, but I'm sure today will be a new day for them. In the other section, Sepia Mathewson is on 15 points, leading the section along with Wayne York, also on 15. And then very surprisingly, a couple from Kingfisher, a young player trying to make his mark in the game, Timothy Woolley, he is on 15 points as well. So it's a three-way tie in the other section. And then we've got Border on 10 points, Mpumalanga on 9 points, Natal Inland on 6 points, Colin Diaga from Northwest is on 6 points. Western Province, Jenny was just reminded me this morning that she had a great win yesterday against Southern Free State. So they were on 6 points. And George Eden Bowling District are on 4 points, followed by Boland, who have just registered a single win so far. So Gorman has really started off like he has been playing most of the tournament, building up the head very, very well there for Limpopo.
He's basically taken off where he's carried on for where he left off yesterday, Bob, playing really, really consistently good bowls. And
yeah, he certainly had Jerry under pressure yesterday, drawing some very tight bowls.
one word from us, and he plays a bit narrow and short.
Fran Balleri has just received her Protea colours. She will be going to the African States tournament at the end of this month. So congratulations to Fran. It's nice to see the young players making their mark in the game. Fran is only 27 years old. And you were quite impressed with her yesterday afternoon, Donny.
I certainly was, Bob. To be honest, it's the first, excuse me, the first time I've seen her play, and I've heard about her and I've seen her results, but the first time I've actually witnessed her playing, and I really was impressed. I'm impressed with the line and the weight that she uses. Even, yeah, once again, playing with a really good weight team and
Yes.
playing a good shot. A little bit unlucky, but I think she's probably made it a bit better for herself. But she really does, she plays a nice game for a lady, I find, Sometimes the ladies can fall into a trap of being a little bit too negative, but she seems to have a nice positive game about her, Bob.
Very, very much so. She played against young Ernest Wagner yesterday.
Look at this shot.
And this is a great draw from Evelyn. So they are holding 3, and Limpopo are not out of it yet. They are only 1 game behind Jerry Baker.
We are Fran in them line, Bob.
Fran is lying 4th in the section. Okay. They are on 10 points.
Has Jerry peeled a game, Bob?
Jerry has won 5 games and lost 1. He lost his first game against Ernest Wagner.
Is it 3 for a win, is it?
3 points for a win, yes. 3 points for a win and 1 for the peel.
Okay. You had me a little bit confused there. I thought it was 2 for the win. Oh, she could be. No, she's a Rouse. Open it up a bit for Fran. Can be a little bit more direct in there, I think, Bob.
Definitely so. She's opened up a nice little port for herself.
Yeah.
She's got to be in the channel. If she does slice the jack, she could get a good result.
Yeah, I got 2 nice receivers on the right hand side there, so everything to play to. Yeah. From my memory serves, she got the weight. She's just fallen out. Probably could have done with a bit more weight, I think. Bob.
Yeah, if she had fallen in there, she would have got shot. But she's given, unfortunately, it looks like Limpopo are still holding the 3.
I think maybe only 2, Bob, from here. I'm not sure. I think she may have squeaked in a 3rd shot.
Well, she declared her last bowl.
It's surprised at that, Bob. Should really
Yeah, she just drawn a good one on that
the
hand.
backhand.
There was no real danger.
A little bit early in the game to start declaring bowls. Bob.
Yes. So Donovan has taken the one out the head. Measure for 2 and a measure for 3, but I think the back bowl definitely is in. But yes, he's conceded that one, so it's...
Could be 3 still. You may be right there, Bob.
My friend was a little bit unlucky.
Two it is.
So after that hand, Limpopo are leading 2 shots to 1 after 2 ends. We will be updating you the scores on the other games periodically. After about 5 ends, we will update you. And then possibly after 10 ends and then 15 ends, we'll update you with the scores on the other games. It's easy for us to see on this screen at the moment where we are playing. We will update the games periodically. Very fortunate there is no wind this morning. There is a chilly wind in the air. It feels a bit chilly this morning, but fortunately no wind.
It's a typical winter morning, Bob. I think it's beautiful, to be honest. I think it's going to warm up nicely as the day goes on. As I say, the wind stays away. It will certainly enhance the quality of the games, and the greens are good, so stays like this is fantastic.
Certainly. Well, as we've said before in the last 2 days, the players who've played the backhand going away, that bowl just does not seem to bend. Now, I think Gorman has picked the right hand, which is the big bender, the ditch hand, and most of the good bowls played down away from the board are very, very close if they're playing the forehand. But Andrew's going to stick to the backhand. He doesn't want to turn the front bowl in.
As we saw yesterday, Bob, it's a fine margin for error on that hand, and it comes back at the end, but it takes a lot. It sort of gets it straight now halfway up the green.
Yes, I can
and
see.
It has a late bend. And
Yes.
On a 3/4 end, it's tough. On a fuller end, you're still getting that last bend in there. But on the 3/4 ends, just holding out there in that line is very tricky.
And then you don't want to nip your line on that hand because then it bends right across there. So it's quite a difficult hand to play. The forehand where Gorman is playing now is the more consistent of the 2 hands. If you do have any questions, please send them on the Sport 1 for Live Facebook page, and we will try and pick up any questions that you do have and try to answer them to our best ability.
Once again, he's on that outside line, Bob.
Yeah, especially with a bit of weight. A bit of weight, he just seems to hold and hold, and yeah, I think he's got to make up his mind early in the game to stick to the forehand. If there's a bowl in front, try and draw around it.
And funny enough, the forehand coming down towards the board, which is the backhand they're playing away from the board. The forehand is quite good, Bob.
Yes, definitely.
But the backhand is very tricky. And even yesterday, we saw a lot of bowls wasted there.
Yes, certainly.
And people were nipping the line, and then they were sticking out. And they stuck to that hand, which was strange, I find, Bob. But I think Gorman's really made the right choice. His bowls were finished in the better spots, in the better areas. I think Evelyn's on a relatively decent track here, but there she goes. There goes the straightener again, Bob. Just not reaching either. I think Evelyn looks like she's on a relatively good track, all on her weight here. She just hasn't pushed it.
Oh, Evelyn has nipped her grass now. Now let's see if it holds that line. Yeah, so the line wasn't bad. If she slipped that front bolt, she would have been very close.
Talking about playing the backhand, which that'd be crazy, I think, Bob. Why wouldn't she just not be playing the forehand? It's got to be her ball coming in. She's opted for the backhand. I think it's crazy because all her balls coming in. It's a tricky hand. Anyway, let's see how she plays it. Maybe prove me wrong. No.
Yeah, she's under the line, and once you're under the line, it bends away, but she hasn't got the weight.
I find that a very strange decision, to be honest. Got a bit of weight, yeah. She can get a good result if she gets that bit fuller, eh? If she got that nice and square, she could have almost made 2 or 3 out of it, I think, Bob.
Yeah, certainly. I like that call from Donovan. By this hand is bending nicely. And hand is coming, it's a big swinger, particularly at the death. Nice drawing hand.
Don't know if she's wide enough, Bob.
Yeah, she's got to take plenty of grass in that hand.
Well, not 3 of the best bowls she's played this weekend.
Yeah, it's early doors, so she'll learn from that. So it's 1-2 KwaZulu-Natal. So the score now after 3 ends is 2-all. As we mentioned earlier on, Fran Baleri has just been picked for the Protea side to compete in the African States Tournament at the end of this month. Something that she really is looking forward to. She's had an excellent season this season, particularly in the Nationals. In the Nationals, she was involved in all 3 disciplines, having achieved a gold in the 4s. She played with the JBA ladies, Emma, Shannon, and Jackie, and they won the gold in the National 4, so well done to Fran for that. Then she also achieved a bronze in the National Pairs this year and a bronze in the National Singles. I think to be in all 3 disciplines, plenty of balls to play, shows her mental strength, Don.
Certainly, Bob. You and I know we've often been we've experienced, being at the latter stages of these tournaments, and you've got to have early starts and late finishes, and it's a lot of bowls during the day, and to be able to sort of get a medal in all 3 of the disciplines is a fantastic achievement. It doesn't often get done, Bob, and there's not a lot of people that have ever got that right.
Yeah, I know a couple of people have won a double gold medal in the Nationals. Alongside me, I've got Donnie Pickett. I think that you won a double in 2004, Donnie.
Yeah, Bob, I was only the second person to do that. You were obviously the first time, mate. And that was in 2000, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm just fishing there, Don.
Yeah, I know, mate. Anyway, there's only 2 people that have done it, Bob, eh? We're making good commentary team now.
Yeah, very good.
The bowls has gone a bit south.
But what I say is, to get through in all 3 disciplines, it's extremely tough. And Fran had to play 4 games on the finals day, which is incredibly tough.
And at that age as well, Bob, at 27, it's a remarkable achievement. It really is.
Yeah, it's more the mental aspect, and particularly when you lose a game, you've won all your games, and then you lose a game, and you've got to pick yourself up and play again. It happened with Jason Evans as well. He was in 2 disciplines, in the pairs and the singles. He lost his singles in the final, and straight away lost the pairs as well. So it's sort of a you've been on a high the whole week, and then when you lose that first game, you just like sort of be on a bit of a downer, and then you've got to pick yourself up again to play another game, and that's extremely tough.
Sure, sure. Look here, Jason. I mean, what can we say about that man? He's just been so consistent the last 7, 8 years, Bob. He really just always in the finals of everything. And to be fair, that he played with John and John, wonderful ex-New Zealander,
Yes.
and he hasn't been playing bowls for a long time. And for Jason to actually get to the finals with John, and I think John just loved every moment playing with Jason. He's a good guy to play with. But what a wonderful achievement once again for Jason. Last year he was in the finals of the singles. This year he's in the finals of the singles. It just has a remarkable track record currently, Jason. And without a doubt, the best player in South Africa at the moment, and certainly the most consistent.
Our friend is just, she isn't playing with the intent as she did yesterday. Yesterday she was playing through the heads, chopping on line bowls. She's just playing a bit tentative this morning.
So far, I agree with you, Bob. It's sort of.
Evelyn has drawn a shot, but she just touched the jack, which isn't really in her favour. So she's basically sold the shot, I think.
It looks like Gorman was saying that they still lie the shot. Although Donovan seems to think that they're holding, so yes. It's but unlucky there, Bob.
Yeah, but Friends got a decent shot to play.
It's tricky to get back to that without, especially with the ball coming up is against.
Yeah, the forehand seemed to be the better option.
Let's have a look.
I don't think she's quite reaching again.
Yeah.
You know, the green does speed up as the game does progress. I was speaking to Fran last night, and she said the difference in speed between the first game and the second game was at least 2 seconds. So that's it's quite a big difference as the green does speed up. Now the green is a little bit tacky this morning for the first hour or so. So she just needs to push it a little bit more.
Yeah, that morning dew, Bob. We're not going to bend from there, Bob.
Yeah, with a bit of weight, doesn't really bend.
That backhand, once again, the two backhands seem to be, for me, the
to
trickier
be holding,
hands.
yeah. We've been finding during the weekend that backhand coming down this way, when the green starts speeding up, actually gets a very nice bend.
Glad I'm not playing on that, Bob.
But early, yeah.
With my wonderful forehand.
Yeah, as we know, Donnie has got the best backhand in the world, but unfortunately there's no forehand there.
It's non-existent. Even the backhand's gone south, a little bit south on me.
It's gone for
Bob.
a bit of a wobble.
Yes. You know what? Close games to start off with anyways, 3-2.
Yeah, most of the games that we've had on the streaming event have been very close. We saw a great game yesterday afternoon between Fran Baleri and the youngsters from BGN, Panache, Ziramba and Ernest Wagner. BGN were 4 down playing the last head. Ernest killed the head because they couldn't get a 4. They replayed the head and he was holding 3 with his last bowl, and he probably ran through about 6 inches to actually to only pick up a 3 to lose by 1. But that was a really high quality game of bowls.
Yeah, one word from us, and Gorman's decided to play on that trick here, and a little bit puzzling to say the least.
Yes, definitely.
But let's say maybe he proves us wrong and he nails it. As you say.
We saw a
Certainly put it on a decent line if he's got the right weight.
young Desi Rosenblatt played on the rink yesterday, and she played at forehand, and she was absolutely nailing the jack.
It's Strangely enough, Donovan's opted to go on the swinger now.
Yeah, but I don't think you realise the line on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems to me when you nip your grass, you drop short as well. It's probably heavier on the inside line.
I think he just never pushed it, Bob.
Well, Donovan is taking his jacket off now. Now it's time for the fight.
This is a good line if he's the weight's right. Look at that, it comes in so nicely. I always find it strange, Bob. You know, we're always looking for greens that have got hands that are bending, and yet as South Africans, we're looking for the tricky straight hands.
Yes, exactly.
Quite puzzles my
Now when the ball's coming back into the edge,
sometimes.
you've always got a chance, you know.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a great adjustment there from Donovan.
I just find when you get a bending hand, Bob, it takes the thinking out of it. You know, you
Yes.
send it out, and all you got to worry about is your weight, really. So you send
Definitely.
it out, you know it's going to come back, and it's whereas now you're trying to find a tricky hand. You got to get the line right, and you know what happens? You end up losing your weight on it. You know, so very strange to me sometimes.
Yeah, when you find your line early on in the game, then the weight will come easy. When you start battling with the lines, then you're playing on different parts of the green, and there's different weights on different parts. So you might go the inside line and it's heavier, and then you take more grass on the outside line, it's a bit quicker. That's when you really battle with your weight. But once you pick up that line early on in the game, the weight will come.
Agreed, Bob. I suppose if there's a small little criticism of the greens here, is that there are a few patches.
Yes.
And there's some green patches and brown patches, which, as you know, Bob, it always makes it a little bit tricky with the weight. And if you're going to put it on different lines all the time, that's going to affect the weight.
Definitely.
But as I say, all in all, haven't heard too many complaints about the greens. I'm just saying if there is a small criticism, it is that there are a few patches on the green. You know?
Yeah, certainly there's been no complaints whatsoever in this tournament so far. And no news is good news, I suppose. Everybody's got on well. Very, very friendly people. We've got 8 married couples playing in this tournament. We've got a brother and sister combination. And we've got a mother and
Fran
son
just played a great shot.
combination.
Maybe a little
Well,
bit unlucky still. Not sure.
yeah, she's actually drawn a front toucher. I think we're in for a very good game here because nobody's really dominating at this stage. So hopefully we can get a tight finish again.
I think she's on a good line. If she got a bit of weight, so it should be very close here. Oh, got a nice little flick here. That helps. Probably made 2 out of it, Bob.
Yeah, it looks like it's 2.
Oh, she got a nice shot there. You can play with nice, good 2, 3 yards of weight there. Get the splash. Can almost get both balls as well. Oh, she's playing with a bit of weight. Can it bend? Sure. I thought she was on a better line than that, to be fair. I think Evelyn's got to be a little bit careful here that she's not too heavy. You don't want to be splashing the jack. Bob, I think a little bit of credit must go to Bowl South Africa and you and your committee for hosting the mixed pairs in Sasolburg. I think it's nice to bring bowls to different parts of the country, and I think the people here have been so excited to be hosting you guys, and I think everything's run quite smoothly, so a lot of credit to you guys as well.
Yeah, Don, they've got an excellent committee here. They've got Sarita, who's been an absolute star. Every little request that we have asked, she said noted. And she's one of those people that pays attention to detail. And small little things, attention to detail is so important when running a tournament like this. And they've gone out of their way, this club. They've had upgrades to the facilities inside the bar, and the surroundings. They spent over 300,000 rand to upgrade the facilities of the club, and they really, really have done a great job.
As we've
So
mentioned
all credit
before,
to the tournament committee.
as we mentioned before, Bob, it all looks very good. I mean, Sasol in itself, you know, it looks a little bit, you know, like a few towns in South Africa look at the moment. But when you walk into the bowling club and the facility, it certainly looks fantastic, to say the least. See, Evelyn declared a bowl again. Obviously, Lee doesn't have too much faith in her.
Yep, so KwaZulu-Natal picked up a single there to lead 3-2. Sorry, Limpopo picked up a single there to lead 3-2.
Yeah. They lead 4-3. Just a small correction. So the actual score is 4-3. They've just put up the score here. And and Donovan's put in a very good first ball. I personally like this forward when they're playing. I've seen some good bowls played over the 2 days. Quite sure if he's pushed this. If he has, he should be finishing very well. Yeah, another very good ball. Give him a bit of a catch. Very close here. Oh, what a great effort. Very unlucky. As we all know, this game is all about millimeters at times, and millimeters, excuse me, 2 millimeters less, and he gets the ball square and makes 2 shots, and all of a sudden he's still 1-0 and measured down for 2. It's all about millimeters. Anyway, there's 6 very good bowls for him, the leads.
We will be updating the various scores shortly.
Evelyn's very close here, Bob. Oh, I think she may have just sneaked in for a second shot there.
That's a very good head. I think the furthest bowl from the jack is 2 feet away. She's very close.
Still a bit short, Bob.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of a patch there that she's falling into that trap of not just giving her that extra little push. It was an excellent line that Fran had.
I'm not quite sure if it's going to come back if she's got a bit of weight here. No. Good weight for the shot. The band won't bend from there, Bob. The backhand's not bending like its forehands are. You know, she's come to quite a good spot there. I don't think she'll be too unhappy with the way she's landed. Better road this time. Very close here. Very close. Oh, she played
What
an
a
absolute
great shot there from Evelyn.
Absolute
It
bomb.
looks like she's made 2 or 3.
2 at least, Bobs. Donovan seems to think it's 2. What a good shot. Nice weight for the shot.
Certainly it was.
Bob, that hand doesn't bend.
Yeah, with a touch of weight, it just seems to hang
Well,
there.
she
But
may
she's actually
just-
turned her
ooh.
bowl in, which is second
Probably
shot
at least
now.
Second shot, that's for sure.
Yeah, so it's only 1 to Limpopo.
A little bit fortunate.
Certainly it was. So Limpopo take a 5-3 lead after 5 ends. We have a very interesting score on this rink. Kingfisher and Southern Free State are on 15 points. Kingfisher have only lost the 1 game. And at this stage, Kingfisher are 6-3 up against Southern Free State. Sepia Mathewson from Northern Cape, he's joined top also on 15 points. And he's leading Border by 6 shots to 3.
Any predictions for the final, Bob?
Well,
If you were a betting man?
I would go for a Sepia Mathewson, Jerry Baker final at this stage. But Jerry's got a tough game this morning. He's playing against Eastern Province. Andrew Sturley and Desi Rosenblatt. That's going to be a tough game for Jerry. And Jerry's only 1 game ahead. If he drops a game, there's a whole group of teams that will join him on 15 points. So it's all to play for still today.
Yeah, I think I quite like your prediction, Bob. But as we say, it's still a long way to go. So there's still 3 big games. I think Jerry, at least 2 of them are going to be really tough games. And so yes, and then he's got a lot of people sort of biting at his heels there. And so let's see how that all finishes up. But if I was a betting man, I'd probably be going for a similar sort of final. Sepia has done very well in this tournament in the past. I think he's also a previous winner of this tournament, Bob.
Yeah, certainly has won it with his mother. His mother's the better bowler in the family. We laugh every morning. Annalise having breakfast and she's waiting for Sepia. So yesterday morning we said, why isn't Sepia coming for breakfast? She said, no, don't worry, he's on his way. And then just before we left, they had to go to his room to wake him up. And she said, that's normally what happens at home.
Still a youngster, enjoys his sleep, Bob.
Yeah, thank you for the viewers from Wales and Scotland who are tuning in. This is the South African National Mixed Pairs. In South Africa, we have 20 districts, and the winner of each district's mixed pairs come to the nationals. And we're having some great bowls here in the Sasolburg town, which is probably about 100 kilometers south of Johannesburg. So welcome to all our international viewers as well, and hopefully enjoying the coverage. It's our winter at the moment, and our winter is probably warmer than your summer, and a lot drier as well. Beautiful weather for bowls this morning. We're in midwinter, and the temperature is about 15, 16 degrees. Gorman.
Who's lying the shot there, Bob? Can you see on the screen? It's a little bit far away from us.
It looks like it's a measure between Gorman's bowl and
Donovan's ball.
Donovan's back bowl at this stage.
Oh, she's too wide on that line.
Yeah, that hand will never bend. So Evelyn has actually got a good shot to play. She's got to turn Gorman's bowl, just one couple of rolls to get the shot.
Or otherwise, yeah, sit the orange ball, Bob. So that's what they're playing for, I think. Don't know if she's got enough grass. Too far off the mark. Get a back door, yeah. Not quite at the weight.
Yeah, I think it just fell out there. She probably needed another foot of weight or so to turn her own bowl. It's a surprising pair in this tournament has been the Kingfisher pairing. We've got a youngster, Timothy Woolley, who's leading for Dora Jones. And they have only lost the one game so far. They are now playing a team in their section who've also only lost one game, which is Wayne York and Laura York. And at this stage, Kingfisher are leading 9 shots to 3 after 6 ends. Thank you. Well, that was a great effort there from Evelyn. Perfect weight for the shot. So Donovan has asked Fran to play the backhand across the line to try and turn the front ball out for 3.
Fair track, Bob, if she got the weight. Just ducks
Yeah, I don't think she's quite got enough weight to do it. Yeah, just playing a bit tentative this morning. I can update you on some of the other scores. Rudy Jacobs from Northern Free State is playing Turby Gerber from Sables. The score is 3-all after 5 ends. Jerry Baker is playing against Andrew Sturley after 3 ends. JBA lead 4 shots to 1. The EKB pair, the Kureleni pair, are playing against Johan de Lange from Sedibeng. And Kureleni are 5 shots to 1 up. And then Ernest Wagner is playing against Lionel van Niekerk from Port Natal. BGN lead 5-2 after 5 ends in that game. In the other section, after 6 ends, C.P. Matthewson 6, Mark Hansberg from Border 3, Boerland 5, Mpumalanga 2 after 5 ends, Eden 6, Western Province 4 after 6 ends, Colin Diaga from Northwest 13, Brendan Ainley from Natal Inland 2, and then the big game Dora Vosloo from KBA is leading Wayne York from Southern Free State 9 shots to 3 after 6 ends. So that will be a big result for KBA. If they win this game, they will be joint leaders with C.P. Matthewson if they both win their games. And Border have just picked up a 2 there, so at the moment Northern Cape 6 and Border 5 after 7 ends. Mark Hensberg from Border spoke to me last night, and he did say to me that he would be a perfect candidate to go to Greece, to Cyprus at the end of this year with the vet side. So I asked him on what condition was that. He said, well, he's got a Greek flag on his bowl. The veteran side and the under-25 side will be announced after this tournament. So it's something to look forward to. I know there's well over 10,000 senior bowlers who are hoping their name comes out of the hat. There's going to be 10,000 selectors there, and the South African selectors are going to be wrong. But we wish the team that does get selected all the best, and hopefully we can get the whole of South Africa behind them.
Yeah, Gorman a little bit unlucky there not to find the orange ball square. Once again, as I said, it's all about a game of millimeters at times. And the difference between getting a great shot and being unlucky.
Yeah, Gorman is very consistent as the lead. You know, he's given his wife Evelyn a lot of options to play.
I think Donovan's been playing quite well this morning as well, from what I've seen. As a matter of fact, I think Fran's letting him down just a touch at the moment.
Yeah, Fran is not as good as she was played yesterday afternoon. Just playing a little bit tentative, not reaching the head. I mean, in this particular head, she really should have played with at least a meter through the head to try and turn the shot ball through.
Well, it is her own bowl, but she's got a nice shot to just to sit the bowl or trail the jack for two, you know, and don't give them another option. Although Evelyn also not playing with enough weight, then has actually just sold another shot.
Sure.
I'm not quite sure that Donovan's calling Evelyn on the right hand.
Yeah, very often what we've seen this weekend is that players are playing the safe shot instead of playing the opposition's shot first. There was a good shot to come inside there and to turn her ball onto the jack, but he's gone for the safer option. Evelyn certainly needs to play with a bit of weight into the two front bowls.
Yeah, absolutely, nothing to lose.
She can actually get them both out.
She can get them both out, Bob, but there's a few other options. There's you get the black bowl. You can work off that Fran's last bowl. As long as she got the weight.
Yeah, she elected on the draw again. She did turn her bowl in.
Not too bad, but probably still could have afforded to play with a yard more.
I was playing a little bit tentative.
I think it's probably fair to say that's how the ladies play the game, and whether it's right or wrong, we can debate that, Bob. But the ladies do always sort of, if they're gonna, they don't really normally play with too much weight.
Certainly, and when you got your wife skipping, she's in charge. She's normally in charge at home anyway, so it's probably a good option to make her skip so she can make the decisions. As we said, there are 8 couples playing here this weekend, 8 out of 20. 8 husband and wife combinations or pairings. And we have got a brother and sister pairing, Fran Baleri and her brother Donovan Fisher. And then we have a mother and son pairing as well. They've won the tournament before, C.P. Mathewson and his mother Annalie.
Bobby, unfortunately, I'm going to have to sign off, mate, and leave you alone. I've got a wife to go and pick up at the airport, and I don't want to be leaving her standing because otherwise I maybe have to move to Sasolburg for good. So please forgive me for leaving you guys. I've really enjoyed the commentary with you, Bob, and good luck for the rest of the weekend, and keep up the good work, mate. And good luck with you doing. Started off as very well as a CEO there at Bowl South Africa, and keep up the good work, and hopefully Bowls in South Africa goes from strength to strength.
Thanks, Don, for your comments. Don is always very positive about the game in South Africa. He's very controversial, has strong opinions on various subjects, but he has been playing worldwide for over 30, 40 years, so his knowledge is certainly not in question. And thanks for spending time with us, Don. We might see you tomorrow morning. We do have Andre Cruz popping in tomorrow. Andre Cruz is a professional golfer, works on the mental aspect of the game, and he's helped a lot of the bowlers with their mental side. So it'll be interesting to hear his thoughts tomorrow morning as well. Right, so KwaZulu-Natal picked up a 3 there to lead 7-5, new leaders. Hopefully this game will go down to the wire as some of the other games have gone. There's a great start there by Donovan. Donovan's playing really well this morning. Gorman elected to change his hand on the backhand, and as we said before, that backhand is very, very tricky. When you go under the line, it bends away. If you give it a little bit of grass, it just does not come back. That's a reasonably good bowl there from Gorman. He did change his hand again, so I think the best option is to stick to the forehand and just try and build up the head from there. They're on. There's two great bowls there from Donovan. Friend certainly played really well yesterday afternoon against Ernest Wagner and Panashe Zarimba. But it certainly is Donovan who seems to be carrying his sister today. And that's what mixed pairs is about. The combination of the pairing and the compatibility, and they've got a dovetail. When one person is not there, the other one must be there. Yesterday afternoon, Fran has played some great bowls, and this morning, in return, Donovan is really drawing very well. We have seen Gorman been playing throughout this tournament. They're all lying second in the section, and they've only lost the one game. So Donovan is matching Gorman this morning. Fan is drawing close to that, probably just not quite reaching the head again, probably just dropping that couple of feet through. Well, Evelyn certainly pulled that ball across her body. Her husband is doing a little bit of coaching on the green now, asking her to follow through with the ball. She certainly hung on to that one and pulled it right across, but now Fran likes this one. She's running after it. And I think if she slipped that front ball of hers, she might have drawn the shot. So KZN holding 4 shots at the moment. And Evelyn is very unlucky. She slipped through everything. So having a big discussion now, do they draw another one for 5 or do they go around the back? You can't really see the jack going through. But I think the safer option would be just to go around the back. But Fran's actually playing a good shot. She wants to turn her front bowl in to take the catch away, so it will be more difficult for Evelyn. And that might be the right call. Fran on the mat is very precise. She positions herself and concentrates and takes a deep breath and follows through with the ball. All she has put on a little bit of weight. I think it was a good shot there because if she missed the set, She would come around the back. She has gone around the back now. Case of damage limitation now for Evelyn. She doesn't want to drop a 4 this head. It could be the game breaker. Again, she's pulled it across her body and turned the front one in. So it could be at least 4 or 5 shots. And Gorman is not very happy there with his wife. Picked up a 4. So KwaZulu-Natal take the lead 11 shots to 5 after 9 ends. Gorman, they do come from the beautiful town of Zanin. Got fond memories of being up in Zanin for a couple of years at the famous Duivelskloof Bowling Club. Really a relaxed club. And we were speaking to Gorman last night, and they really would love to see some of the better players visiting their club. And possibly one day we could have a camp up there near Duivelskloof. Really beautiful part of the country, right in the Magubuskloof Mountains. Gorman's biggest influence on his career is all sports people that work very hard to achieve their goals. And we've seen that response from quite a few of these players, and I suppose that's why they are here. Everybody mentions how hard they work at their game. They spend hours on the green, and that's why they have won their district mixed pairs. Talent is one thing, but hard work is another. They've produced a great head so far. Donovan's drawn 2 absolute pearlers, and Gorman, not to be outdone, has drawn about 3 inches behind the jack, and at this stage it looks like KwaZulu-Natal are holding 2. Gorman is very close. And he's played a pearler. He's turned the shot ball out and set right next to the jack for shot. The 2 leads certainly are playing very well. Very seldom that we see in mixed pairs where you've got 2 ladies skipping against each other. As we said, it's a brother and sister combination. Donovan is 39 years old, and his younger sister is Fran's 27, and he's very, very proud of Fran's achievements. Fran has just been selected for the Protea side to take part in the African States tournament at the end of June, and he's very, very proud of it. And Fran in return says that her brother is has been the biggest influence on her bowls career. They come from a wonderful club down there in Klipbank, in Ladysmith. Really are a credit to their district and to their club. Gorman and Evelyn are just having a quiet chat in the middle of the green. They're just discussing what happened last head. He's just encouraging her to keep focused and to keep going. They did drop a 4 then, slightly behind, 6 shots behind, but it only takes a couple of heads, back-to-back 2s, and they're back in the game. Got some very, very close games on the screen, which will be updating you the scores shortly. Well, that was a great effort there from Evelyn. I think she's looking to just touch the jack a bit to make 3. A friend would like to play that shot before Evelyn does. Certainly had more weight, but she's gone under the line again. She's really battled with her line this morning, this Fran. And as we said early on, she is playing a little bit tentative. That ball was almost jack level, not quite reaching the head. And Evelyn has picked the same line as Fran, and also does not have the weight. Yeah, Donovan has just said to his sister, "You're playing with drawing weight. We need a bit more weight than that." Again, she's gone narrow. Oh, it was a great effort there for our friend. Played that with more conviction. Oh, for the 3rd time in this game, Evelyn has declared her ball. So that's 1 shot to Limpopo. The KwaZulu-Natal lead 11-6 after 10 ends. Northwest are playing against Natal Inland, and Northwest at this stage are leading 15 shots to 6.
Welcome to our viewers from our international viewers. We've got Mike Watts watching from Wales. We've got Steve Byrne watching from New Zealand. Vince Cabrisi from New South Wales in Australia. He says it's 5:40 in the morning there, or 5:40 in the afternoon. And then Ann Gibson watching from Perth. Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's wonderful technology nowadays where we can bring an exciting event like the South African National Mixed Pairrs to the world. Yesterday morning we counted that we had 15,000 views, which was absolutely fantastic.
Morning to Norman Pilasoff. Norman from Bryanston Club.
Well, in the big turnaround now, Border have just picked up a 5 against Northern Cape. That's CP Matthewson. So Border lead Northern Cape by 10 shots to 8 after 10 ends. Northern Cape were leading the section alongside Wayne York and Lara York. And Wayne York and Lara York are playing against Kingfisher, who have also only lost 1 game. So there's 3 teams on 15 points. And it's a very, very tight game at the moment between Kingfisher and Southern Free State. I will be updating you that score shortly. Well, Donovan has played a great ball here. He certainly has, and he's played great balls this morning and turned the ball through. Certainly has been at the better of the leads, been the better of the 2 leads today. Yesterday afternoon, Fran played really well and probably carried her brother. But this morning it's the other way around. Donovan is certainly playing really good balls.
Wow, we've got Rody Penker watching from Lancashire in the UK. Welcome. We've got Andre from Somerset. Nice to get you guys with us. Trevor Smale from Newcastle.
Yeah, I think Trevor Schmel will be watching this game with interest because he's from KwaZulu-Natal. The KwaZulu-Natal pairing of Fran Baleri and Donovan Fisher are up in this game. They've done really well in this tournament so far. They are lying 4th in the section. Limpopo are lying 2nd in the section. So the game between Kingfisher and Southern Free State, after 9 ends, Kingfisher lead by 11 shots to 5. It's certainly a top of the table clash. They are lying top of the log alongside Siapia Mathewson. At this stage, Siapia Mathewson is 10-8 down against Border. So if Kingfisher win this game and Siapia loses, Kingfisher will be lying on top of the log. It's wonderful to see from a smaller district. Dora Foslu and Timothy Woolley have really played good bowls, and they're such a wonderful couple together. Dora sort of mothers Timothy quite a lot. I see that she was fixing his shirt this morning and making sure that he looks smart. Yeah, that's what we mean by sport for life, one for sport for life. We've got youngsters here, we've got 22-year-olds playing, we've got a host of under 30 players playing here, and it's all through qualification. They were not selected to play in this tournament. They did it through their own, and it's wonderful to see the talent that the country is producing, and hopefully this will be a stepping stone or motivation for other younger players around the country to come and play in this wonderful tournament, which is the mixed pairs. Every year it's played in wonderful spirit. Everybody gets on, and speaking to all the players last night, everybody was thoroughly enjoying themselves. All credit to the tournament committee, Jochie Viljoen and his committee, and Sarita and Paul and the rest of the organizers. They've done a sterling job at Sasolburg Bowling Club. They've renovated the club. The meals have been excellent, the catering, the attention to detail, everything about the tournament is absolutely first class.
Some really, really nice bowls being played here on our TV rink.
Yes,
an interesting choice now for Fran to make. They've been debating which shot she should play. Yeah, she just needed to slip that.
Well, Fran is just, she's not quite happy with her game this morning, and I think that last ball showed she's looking up into the air and things are just not working for her this morning. But fortunately, her brother is playing really well.
But that hand is a difficult hand. It doesn't come back as a straightener, 3/4 of the way down. And I think that's what the frustration was for her there, that last end.
That's right.
Is that hand just didn't come back.
In the commentary I have with our live streamer, Jerry van Rensburg. Jerry does a wonderful job with the live streaming. Unfortunately, we do not have a R1 million budget to do the live streaming, so the cameras that we've got is the best we can use. We cannot focus in on the players. We've got 4 cameras around the green, but they are static. We need a certain cameraman and zooming attachments for them. And but we are working on that, and hopefully in the future we can bring better streaming. And again, Donovan, in his first bowl, is absolutely played a cracker, sitting about 6 inches behind the jack.
He's been like a metronome this morning.
He's played absolutely fantastic bowls this morning. And if Fran Belleri wins this game.
A little bit of a bad luck there, just nudging the jack onto Donovan. But a good weight and a very nice try there.
If Fran Balleri does win this game, she'll go ahead of Limpopo in the log. They'll be waiting to see what Jerry Baker's result is.
Oh,
But
that's
again,
beautiful.
Donovan has played an absolute cracker. He really, really has found his length
Just
and
gives
line this game.
the jack a little bit of a kiss, lies behind it. Now nobody's drawing that ball off. You're gonna have to see some weight being played to get the shot. Fran just wants him to draw another one.
Yeah, Donovan just took his weight off slightly with his last, but he's drawn 2 absolute pearlers. It's going to be very difficult to dislodge those 2 bowls. It's not much of a target. And even if Evelyn plays and gets the jack might lock in there. So I think the best option will be to play with a lot of weight to try and disturb those 2 bowls. If she gets the outside one, the jack level bowl, she can get both bowls out without touching the jack. But she certainly needs a lot of weight.
I don't think she's playing with enough weight.
Yeah,
She's trying
she's not reaching there.
Yeah.
She's, she needs a lot more weight than that. Even if she loses the bowl, they've got a good third. They've got 2 thirds, in fact. So no reason to be short there. Fran got that bowl away beautifully. Just coming in very, very nicely for another shot now. If she can just reach. Again, she's that yard short. Just been playing that meter short today, this morning. It's actually given Evelyn a guide to come inside that ball. She's actually changing her hand now to run on the inside of the short bowl.
she's definitely put on some weight here.
Yep, she got wrecked on her own short bowl.
Fran also adding the weight.
Fran doesn't like it, but I don't think she's that far away. Yep, she's drawn another shot, so it's 3 now to KwaZulu-Natal.
And that front bowl from Fran now has got huge nuisance value.
Certainly it has. Everyone's got a very difficult shot now to play. Again, she's pulled it across her body. So that's 3 again for KwaZulu-Natal. Well done there to Donovan. Oh, sorry, Fran has still got another bowl.
Another good bowl there, good weight, very, very nicely delivered. Yeah, she's in. That's another 4.
So it picked up 2 4s in 3 ends now, so it's 15-7 after 12 ends. I can update you with the other scores. After 10 heads, we have Border 12 and Northern Cape 8. Mpumalanga 3, Boland 7. Western Province 9, Eden 10. Northwest 18, Natal Inland 6. Southern Free State Southern Free State 8. They're making a bit of a comeback now. Southern Free State 8, Kingfisher 11. Sables 4, Northern Free State 6. That's after 9 heads. After 10 heads, a live stream game. After 12 heads, sorry. KwaZulu-Natal 15, Limpopo 7. After 6 ends, Andrew Sturley 3, JBA 6. After 9 ends, Sedabeng 2, Ikurulani 8. And after 9 ends, BGN 13, Port Natal 4. And again, Donovan has started with 2 great openers. Really is putting the pressure on, and I think that pressure is starting to work on Gorman. After dropping 2 fours, they've got to motivate themselves. They must realize they're still in this tournament. They still have a chance, even if they narrow the shot aggregate a bit.
Donovan filling his boots there, drawing another great shot, hiding the jack away for Gorman. Now, Evelyn is just going to want him to get either find that pairing split it or just come through to the back, so she's got something to play.
Yeah, Donovan has been really, really impressive this game. Donovan does come from the lovely town of Ladysmith, and he plays at Klipbank Bowling Club that is right on the river. They very often have floods down there and they have to redo the greens because the greens get flooded from the Klip River. His biggest influence, the biggest influence on his career is an Indian, or as he's fondly known as Jock Ross. I know Jock Ross down from Klipbank. He's been a stalwart down there for many years. His goal in bowl is to get a medal at national level. Well, he's working on it in this game. Certainly has. If he wins this game, he could be lying second in the section, depending on the other results. He has been playing bowls for about 10 years. Enjoys it very much, so that he can play alongside his family. And his other passion in life is fishing. So it's a nice river for him down there at Klipbank Bowling Club. And I'm sure he catches a lot of barb and a lot of mudfish down there.
Evelyn playing with the right weight the previous shot, just missing the target. But Fran now in no doubt as to what Evelyn is going to be doing, so she's just wants to get her balls behind.
Yes, that's been Fran's problem this morning. Hasn't playing really positive. It's the yard short. This is a great effort from Evelyn, but again, she didn't quite have the weight. She's not going to get a result if she cannot get through the head.
Cuts it down nicely. KZN now only holding 2.
And I think Fran should follow Evelyn's last bowl down and try and get the split there and take the shot away from Evelyn.
She's electing to play a safe shot, put one on the back there, just so that if Evelyn does drive it, then the jack goes back.
Yeah, that's probably good thinking. Yeah, that's a reasonable spot there. But the type of weight that Evelyn plays, I don't think the jack's going to swing too far. Evelyn hasn't really played with more than 2 or 3 meters of weight this whole game. Oh, she's very close to it. Oh, it's taken the 1 out, so it's only 1 now to KwaZulu-Natal. The KwaZulu-Natal after 13 ends lead 16 shots to 7. And C.P. Matthewson got off to a good start against Border. C.P. Matthewson is on top of the section. And it's not going all his way this morning. Border have come back. C.P. Matthewson was 8-4 up at one stage. Border have come right back into the game and now lead 14 shots to 8. Well, again, Donovan's line is excellent. Can't fault that.
Uncharacteristically short, eh?
Yes, he's coming down this way and, in fact, going away from the board. He's been very, very close with his first bowl. The unfortunate thing now is in the line, but he must ignore his bowl. He's forced Gorman to change his hand. Gorman is very close. Now that's what happens when you open the open it up, when you release the pressure with your first bowl. Very often the opposing lead will get something close. The first bowl is absolutely crucial. And the front bowl probably made Donovan add on extra weight. So if Gorman draws a couple of shots here, they might be able to get a kill this head, because there's a front bowl. Donovan's first bowl is right in the eye, which means that Fran will have to change her hand. And again, Gorman has drawn another shot. Two great bowls there from Gorman. So he's holding two. So this is the first time that Donovan has played his backhand, and he's very close to it. Another great bowl from Donovan. He certainly has not let his sister down this game. Yeah, I would say he's the man of the match so far in this game there, Jerry.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
A very relaxed sort of person. I don't think the pressure or tension bothers him at all. He's the same all the time.
Very
Gorman
nicely
has
done.
actually got a very good result and played a good one.
Yeah.
He's actually made two shots out of it. But there is a good shot for Fran now on the backhand to play with a couple of yards away, to either to turn a brother's bowl into the head, or to find the outside bowl and run onto the jack. But she needs weight. I just hope that she plays through the head, doesn't attempt to draw. Certainly has played with weight. But she's played with the drawing line. Evelyn needs to consolidate now to draw another couple of shots there, try and get back into the game. The heads are running out. They've only got 5 ends to go. We do play 3 games of 18 ends per day.
Gorman wants Evelyn to play with about a meter's worth of weight. He wants to find either Donovan's bowl played out of the head, or find hers and bring the jack back to the back bowl and make it more difficult for.
Yeah, didn't want to fatten the target, and again Fran has played wide, I think. She's not really confident in herself today. You can see her body language is getting upset with herself, but unfortunately her brother's playing exceptionally well. Fran is now taking her hat off. She knows that she's not on top of her game, but yesterday afternoon she played incredibly good bowls against PGN. Certainly carried her brother in that game. So it's a good dovetailing there between brother and sister. And Evelyn has just drawn another. That's definitely 3, and it could be 4. Donovan, quite rightly, he's seen that Fran was under stress a little bit on the other side, and he's called her up just to have a quiet chat with her, just to calm her down a little bit. And that's a very, very good thing for an older brother to do. He probably knows his sister better than anybody, 12 years younger than him. So he's called her up and calmed her down, and they're discussing the shot.
You saw her taking her hat off and said, "You can leave your hat on."
Yes. Alongside us, Kingfisher now lead Southern Free State by 12 shots to 8. Border continue with their progress, and they are 15-8 up against Northern Cape, CPM Mathewson and his mother. So Fran's going to play the forehand running shot into the head, and she's very close. Again, it's just bending away, so that could be 3 or 4 to Limpopo, and she's still got Evelyn still has a bowl to play. Well, he's asking Evelyn to take the front bowl out for 6. It's a very dangerous call, because if he connects the orange bowl incorrectly, he could turn it onto the jack. Not really in favor of taking a ball in front of the jack out. I think the better option will just to be draw for 4 or 5. Well, that is quite interesting, because Gorman has asked her to take the ball out the head, and she disagreed with Gorman, so she decided to draw. And possibly half a meter short of the jack. So Gorman is not very impressed with Evelyn with that shot, but at least they have scored a few shots. The score is now, after 14 ends they've played, the score is now 16-10. It's 4 ends to play, 6-shot game. As the scores are at the moment, if Kingfisher do win, they are 12. They are 12-9 up after 12 ends. That game could go down to the wire as well. If Kingfisher win that game and Border beat Northern Cape, and it looks like KwaZulu-Natal are going to beat Limpopo, it will be very interesting log. It would mean that Kingfisher will be leading the section on 18 points, followed by Mathewson and York on 15 points, and Border will be on 13 points. So it's really, really close on that section. On top of that section, it's 4 or 5 sides who are in contention there. We will update you on the results of the other games shortly. I see if Mathewson has just had a run and burnt the head. So the score remains 15-8 to Border after 13 ends. Border represented by Mark Hensberg. And on the end rink, we've got Mupuma Langer against a Border. And Lani is again running up onto the green and very upset with the result that he's just got. That score at the moment, he's 8 all after 11 ends.
Very nice result there
Yeah,
by Donovan.
Donovan has been playing exceptionally bowls. Again, he's given Fran a lot to play to.
But Gorman is now in the area, and a game like this, you drop 1 or 2 big multiples, and all of a sudden the momentum swings. So Evelyn now got a lot to play at. I think this is going to be a very, very interesting end that we're going to be watching here. She's given that a good push. She knows what she wants to do.
Yeah, I'm glad that she's got the weight this time. Certainly has played a great shot.
That's it.
You know, they picked up a 3 last end. If they can get back-to-back threes, they're back in the game.
I think they picked up a 4 the last end.
Well, Fran is playing this backhand again, and she's on the line this time, and I think she's got it. That was a great shot there by Fran. Nice, positive shot.
Thought out.
So KwaZulu Natal are now holding the shot. Evelyn has got about 2 feet to draw. That was a big shot there from Fran. After dropping a 3, you don't want to drop another number. And the Limpopo side certainly do not give up. They were 14-0 down against Jerry Baker yesterday afternoon. And the next day they picked up a 6, a full hour 6 against Jerry. And then they picked up a 2 and a 2 and a 2 to go 14-12.
Looks like she's added the weight there.
That was a great effort there from Fran. She had to be careful there not to turn the front ball in. So that's 1-2 KwaZulu Natal. It was important that they scored this end after dropping a number the previous head. The score is now 17-10 after 15 heads. So the heads certainly are running out. But as we said, they do not give up. If they can pick up a number this head, a 3 or a 4, they're back in it. We do have updated results for you. Border 15, Northern Cape 8 after 13 heads. Mpumalanga 8, Boland 8 after 11 ends. Eden 20, Western Province 12 after 15 ends. Northwest 21. Natal Inland 11. That is after 14 heads. And then Kingfisher 12, Southern Free State 9 after 12 ends. In the other section, Rudy Jacobs 10, Turby Gerba from Sables 8 after 13 ends. Jerry Baker 8, Andrew Sturley 4. That's after 9 ends. So they must have quite a few burnt ends in that game. They're 4 ends behind. Then we've got EKB 16. Sedabeng 6. That is after 13 ends. And BGN 18. Port Natal 5. That is after 13 ends.
Donovan threw this jack a little bit shorter than Fran actually would have liked.
Yeah, they've been playing very well on the three-quarter ends. Dropping the jack a little bit short has actually upset Donovan's rhythm a little bit. He went through the first and dropped at least 3 or 4 meters with his second bowl. Great shot there from Donovan again. Certainly has not let his skip down, his sister down this game. Been very, very consistent. And you can see his body language. He's strutting up into the head and he's showing a lot of composure and confidence. And he's helped his sister along this game. Fran has battled in periods of this game, but he's continually encouraged her. And there another little slap. High 5 there, or a low 5. Very, very good pairing this. Get on so well together. Well, Northern Cape have just picked up a 4 now against Border. So the score there is Border 15, Northern Cape 12. That's a crucial game that because Northern Cape are leading the section. And in the turnabout as well, after 13 heads, Kingfisher 12 and Southern Free State 12. So it's very, very tight finishes here in these games this morning. We will be streaming the Southern Free State and Northern Cape game next. They are the 2 leaders of the section currently, but they're both having very, very tight games at the moment. It was a very good weight there from Fran. Her brother's making it very, very easy for her. All she's doing at the moment is drawing bonuses. And Evelyn's had to play with a lot of weight and a lot of heads. And doesn't really seem to be her forte. Well, certainly playing with the weight this time. Well, she got a couple of rubs, then came in for second shot, so she was 2 or 3 down. Makes a big difference, but they have to score this end. There will only be a couple of heads left after this one, so this head is crucial for them to score. They're 7 shots behind. Gorman is asking Evelyn to play with weight again to try and crack an egg on that and Hopefully the jack would come through by a meter or two. Well, she's taken her own ball out. Can you believe that result?
That's really, really bad luck.
So that's 3-2 KwaZulu-Natal. So KwaZulu-Natal take a 20-shot to 10 lead after 16 ends. Unfortunately, Evelyn had a very bad result there, but that seems to happen in bowls when you are chasing. And young Timothy Woolley, who's played so well this tournament, has just seemed to lost his composure the last couple of ends. But his partner Dora is trying her best to keep them in the game. At the moment it is 12 all after 13 ends. Both teams have lost one game in that section, so this game is crucial.
The rink next door to us, Bobby, I don't know if you've been watching it, the Natal Inland versus Northwest. Natal Inland started off incredibly slowly. They've just picked up a few multiples. There's 3 shots in it going into the last 2 ends.
Yeah, it's an incredible comeback there from Natal Inland. The last updated score that we did give you was 21-11 to Northwest. At the moment, it is now 21-18 to Northwest. So there's only a 3-shot difference there. And again, Donovan has really drawn 2 balls very, very close. And Southern Free State looks like they're holding 3 or 4 shots at the moment, so that could be a game breaker. Kingfisher had been leading the whole game, but I think Timothy, the last couple of heads, has just lost it a little bit. And again, Donovan has drawn, he's making this game look easy. He's drawn an absolute perler. And as we said early on, he's been sticking to the bending hand, and that certainly is the right hand to play. We've seen throughout the weekend on the backhand, it does not bend nicely. And he's picked up the line, and Gorman is again on the backhand. And we've actually seen very few good shots played on the backhand because it either holds, or if you're inside the line, it bends away. So I think that last ball of Gorman was like throwing in the white towel there, Jerry.
Yeah, that was. I was surprised that he played that hand.
We remember shot aggregate does count as well, so important that for KwaZulu-Natal to try and get a few more shots. They are playing very good bowls, and we just hope that they, or for their sake, that they can get some more shots on the game. Limpopo are doing very well in this tournament. It's nice to see a small district doing exceptionally well, such as Limpopo. They are lying second in the section at the moment before this game. They've only lost the 2 games, and they are 3 points behind Jerry Baker, who's leading the section. But this game will change a lot of things.
When things are not going your way, they keep on not going your way.
Exactly.
Evelyn just knocking in Donovan for 3 at the moment, and possibly Fran holding with the back ball with, for another 4.
Yes. I think the younger sister certainly has to spoil her younger brother tea time. There's some lovely freshly baked scones that they prepare for us every morning, and some muffins. And I'm sure that the younger sister will sort the brother out at tea time. He certainly needs a favor. certainly has played exceptionally good bowls this morning. Certainly has been the man of the match. And on that back end, as we see, it's very difficult to get the line. It either hangs or it just bends away. A friend is drawing for 4 shots. And she's very close.
Yeah, she's in.
Yep, that's another one, I think.
Yeah, she's going to have to play with some serious weight.
Well, she went narrow, and then she went wide, and then she went narrow. And now let's see this one. Again, she's gone on the wide side, and we take grass there. It just does not come back, but she might get a result.
Oh, that's very, very nicely cut down.
That's the measure for shot. So after 15 ends, Border lead Northern Cape by 16 shots to 12. Wayne York has just picked up another 3 to lead Kingfisher 15-12. After 14 ends. Yes, Kingfisher really got off to a good start against Southern Free State, but they just cannot seem to get off that 12. The jack is in the open side, so there's plenty of room for Dora to draw the shot. And her partner, Timothy Willie, is encouraging Dora. A lovely couple there. It's sort of a mother-son type of relationship that they have. The Northern Cape score at the moment, Border 16, the Northern Cape 12. That is after 15 ends, so they've got 3 ends to go there. And I wouldn't write off Northern Cape just yet. They've got a lovely pairing, mother and son combination. C.P. Matthewson, who's just been awarded his South African colours, and his mother, Anna Lee, who's played in the South African Masters and a great, great bowler herself. They are previous winners of this tournament. And Natal Inland are making a huge comeback here after being 21-11 down against Northwest. The score is now 21-18, and Northwest do hold the shot. Natal Inland hold the shot. And back to our live string game again. Donovan is within a foot of the jack with his first bowl. Certainly has played exceptionally good bowls. Played the forehand around the clock, which are the 2 better hands. Certainly has been a machine this morning.
That's a toucher.
Playing with a lot of confidence at the moment. Gorman is very close to it, but just that's what happens when you're looking for shots. Just seem to be finding the ports, not getting the results. But it's all about pressure, and certainly Donovan has exerted a tremendous amount of pressure in this game. And he's drawn a great bowl again, just behind the jack. So again, Donovan is holding the 2. Certainly you wouldn't have been like to play against Donovan in singles this morning there, Jerry. Don't think I would have got many shots.
Definitely not.
Well, Natal Inland picked up a 1 now, so they are playing the last head, 21-19 down. They have come back from 21-11 down to 21-19, playing the last end. the game between Border and Northern Cape is really hotting up there. Northern Cape did score the previous head, so after 16 heads, the score is now Border 16, Northern Cape 15. So they have 2 ends to play in that game, and Border lead by 1 shot. So that game is going down to the wire, as is the game next to the live streaming rink. We will keep you updated on the final 2 ends. Possibly try and move one of our cameras over to the close games, particularly the Border Northern Cape game, to try and give you the last end there.
It's on a short leash. Yeah.
Well, Tara van Rensburg, who's the wife of our live streamer Jerry van Rensburg, is playing for Natal Inland. And Natal Inland are 2 shots down, playing the last head against Northwest. And Tara has just drawn 3 absolute beauts.
Fran driving the nail in here.
Yeah, certainly it looks like it's another 3, 2 or 3 shots. So certainly it's been a convincing win by KwaZulu-Natal. Young pairing have played exceptionally good bowls throughout this tournament. Maybe early on they got 1 or 2 bad results, but they've come back very, very strongly with a good win against PGN yesterday afternoon. And now convincing 23-10 win against KwaZulu-Natal. So congratulations to KwaZulu-Natal winning the game against Limpopo. Limpopo were lying second in the section. The big loss for them. So we'll be keeping you up to date with the other scores. Wayne York has just picked up another shot, so he leads 16-12 after 15 heads. But young Timothy Woolley, who I said had lost at the previous couple of heads, has drawn a couple of very close bowls in this particular head, so their game is not finished. So we'll keep you up to date with this Northern Cape game. Northern Cape are currently holding, Natal Inland are currently holding the shot. But it looks like...
Is 1 shot holding him out of a multiple?
Yes,
So
there's a bowl behind the jack, and Brendan Ainley from Natal has to try and turn that ball through for 3 to win the game. Northern Cape do have, Northwest do have a bowl to come.
looks like Brendan's gone a little bit wide
Brendan has gone very wide. Wouldn't be happy with that bowl. So I'm not sure how many are lying. Having a good look. So Northwest have got third shot. Northwest are 2 shots up playing the last edge, so at the moment it's a peel in the game. And to keep us out here a little bit longer, CP has just had a run. And good old kop clubber form has burnt the head. Well done to the kop couplers down there in Kimberley. I'm sure that you're all watching. Please keep tuning in because our next stream game will be Southern Free State versus Northern Cape. Well, Northwest have gone across the head, so it looks like it's 2. So Natal Inland would peel that game or lose the game, I think. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2. They're going to measure for 2. 1 and a measure.
I think it might be a bit of a wishful measure that. I get that nonsense at home as well, Bobby.
Hi, Jerry. Well, so there's only one shot there to Natal Inland. So Northwest win the game by 21 shots to 20, but it was a good comeback there by Natal Inland. They were 21-11 down, came back to lose the game by 1 shot. Wayne York is having a full run at the jack. And he hit the target, but some of the balls locked in there, so it looks like it might be 1 or 2 Kingfisher. Well, Timothy and his partner Dora are having a look at the head. I'm not sure how many they're holding.
That drink there is C.P. Matthewson, okay?
Yes.
And that's their head. That's Timothy's. That's C.P. Matthewson.
So on the screen at the moment you can see young Timothy Woolley. He's asking his partner Dora to draw another shot. He's holding 1, it could be 2. So it's important for Dora to draw something close now. Well, Dora's just dropped short for their last bowl, so they've taken 2 shots out, and that's also, the score is now 15-14 to Southern Free State with 2 ends to play. On our other rink next door to that, Northern Cape are 15-16 down to Border. That game is heading for a very tight finish.
Charles Matthewson just delivering his bowl. You can see his ball coming into the head now.
Yeah, it was a poor ball there from Siapia. Very unhappy with that. I think Border are holding the shots. Siapia would have 1 ball left. Mark Hensberg from Border has just drawn a great ball, a couple of inches in front of the jack. CP is under huge pressure here. He might look to want to run it again. I'm sure coming from Kimberley, that thought will be entertained. Another burn.
He's definitely looking as if he's looking with a lot of intent.
Yes, he's got that kop klapper look on his face.
Very much so.
Yep. He knows this is a very, very important shot. It's a, if he misses here, I think the game will be gone. Yep, certainly having a full run.
Oh, what a shot!
Well, he missed the jack there, but he slightly missed the jack. And Border are still holding at least one.
That pole came down with incredible speed.
Well, Mark Esberg has drawn a shot, but he's actually moved the jack, so they've picked up a 2. So Border lead 18 shots to 15 against Northern Cape, and they are now playing the last end. In the other game, which is also at top of the section, clash between Kingfisher and Southern Free State, it's Dora Foslu. Well, Timothy has just played a great shot. He's turned the shot bowl out of the head, and now he holds 2. And Wayne York is going to battle to get the shot this end. Dora really is enjoying herself this weekend. Her and Timothy make a wonderful pairing. And Dora, Timothy give a nice little high five there. I know that this game is in their reach. If Kingfisher win this game, they will head to the top of the section. If Wayne York wins this game, he will be on top of the section. Our next live stream game will be at about 11:30, and it will be between Northern Cape, C.P. Mathewson and his mother, against Wayne and Lara York from Southern Free State.
That rink that we're focusing on in the background, that's the C.P. Mathewson rink at the moment.
Yes.
So Annalene just...
Well, Dora has just drawn another shot, so Kingfisher are now holding 3. Wayne York must think hard about this. He doesn't want to drop more than a 1 this head. He would prefer to go into the last head 1 up than drop a 3 this head to go 2 shots down, playing the last. Yes. I think he's done the sensible thing. He's trying to draw something close first. Oh, and Wayne York has dropped at least 3 meters short with that ball, and he's very, very upset with himself. So Dora will be looking to draw for 4. And it's wonderful to see such a small district coming through there, yeah, Jerry, like Kingfisher.
it was a big surprise. I'm telling you now that not a lot of people would have backed Kingfisher for such a great result this tournament.
Well, Dora's just pushed that 1 extra, so I don't think it's in the count. So I think she's still holding 3. Wayne York has 2 balls to come. His first ball was relatively short. It looks like Border are holding at least 1 shot. playing the last head. Sepe is going to have to try and make a 3 out of the set somehow.
Well, his mom's put 2 balls behind, so he has got something to play to.
Certainly.
I've really had the privilege of spending some time with Annalene, and she is a wonderful character. She is one of the most colourful bowlers that I've ever met in my life.
Well, Wayne York has just drawn a second shot now. So the way it's standing at the moment, they would be Peels playing the last end. If Dora has to touch the jack about a foot, she could make 4 shots. Timothy is very, very encouraging towards Dora. Timothy's willing it on, but she just dropped slightly short, about a meter short. So this is a big ball from Wayne. If he does not change the head now, he'll drop 1, which means they'll go Peels into the last end.
Sepia has just drawn an absolutely exquisite shot.
But he needs 3 on this end, in this particular end. I don't know how many he's holding at the moment. And Mark Ensberg, a lot of experience behind him. I'm sure he won't be phased. Right, Wayne York will be delivering his last bowl.
Mark Hensberg missing the line there, going through probably about a foot, but playing it wide. He's going to be very disappointed with that shot. Let's
Wayne York
watch
is
Wayne walk.
on the mat now to play his last bowl. He has to try and dead draw the shot. There's no other shot for him. He's got about 2 or 3 inches to draw. And he certainly has pushed it wide and heavy, gone very, very heavy through the edge. So that's 1 to Kingfisher, which means this game is all going down to the last end. Score is 15 all after 17 ends. And ladies and gentlemen, we've had some wonderful games this weekend. And this morning, we haven't been disappointed either. Going down to the last end, and there's been so many games in this tournament that have been decided on the last end.
Now, Sir Pierre Mathewson on the mat. He's actually seen the shot that he wants to play. He's discussed it with his mom. They both agree. He's playing on the forehand, going slightly over the draw.
Certainly he's playing with a bit of weight. I think he wants to try and turn the side ball out. Well, he got his ball.
Those are his mom's balls, I think.
It's only one
only
now.
one.
So Sepi is holding the one, and he's going to battle to make 3 out of this end. Sepi has only got the 1 ball left.
That's one youngster I'm not going to bet against, I can tell you that, Bobby.
Certainly he has got a good drive on him. After this final end, I will update you with the scores on the other rinks. There are a couple of rinks that are behind us at the moment. They've only played 15 or 16 ends. But that's a very good start there from Timothy. It will be wonderful to see Kingfisher win this game and go on top of the log. Well, Laura got a rush of blood there. She came flying through the head and the balls landed up in the ditch. And Wayne does not look very, very impressed about that. So, here we go again. Timothy's not happy with this one. His weight is pretty good, but he just nipped his grass slightly. It's not a wasted ball. Anything past the jack on the last end is good.
Yeah, Sepia not really sure what he's going to do there.
Yeah, it looks like he might have to just run it and try and burn it again.
If he can get the ball back, if he can get the white back, they've got a chance to get the shots, but very difficult from where I'm sitting.
Laura's played with good weight, but also nipped the grass slightly, so Timothy is still holding the one. This is when you start the countdown now. Opposition have only got 4 balls left.
CP, I've just heard him speaking to his mother. What he's going to try and do is slice the jack.
Slice the jack, yes. Sepia needs 3 shots this last end just to peel the game. He's on the mat now, taking his time. Seems to clench the ball very, very tightly.
This might be one of the most famous bowl slices, jack slices you've seen.
Well, Laura York has just drawn the shot. So Southern Free State are holding one after the leads have played, but Dora certainly has got a good shot to play to rest the bowl or to trail the jack. Tsepe is still thinking, he's still on the mat, taking his time. Stood away from the mat again to recompose himself, visualizing the shot. Yeah, he's just playing with controlled weight. He's stalking it, but I don't think he likes it. Well, he tried. He certainly did try there, and it just didn't work out for him. So Border have won that game. I think Border picked up the shot. Sepia rolled his own ball out, so well done to Border on winning that game, 19 shots to 15. In our last game here, we've got Dora and Timothy. They are lying peels at the moment against Wayne York and Laura York. Laura is lying the shot next to the jack, about a foot jack level. Wayne is certainly taking his time. He knows that Dora will be looking to chop the jack level out or try and trail the jack for game. And I think Wayne has played it very, very attentively. At least 2 meters short. Timothy is very, very precise in his calling. He's in Dora. Come on, we need weight. You need to turn that ball through the head. Dora had a good line with the first ball. She just needs to add a bit of weight. Well, Dora's added on a little bit of weight, but still not enough, and she's gone wide on that side. She has drawn another second. So they do have 3 seconds. I think Wayne is a little bit scared. He doesn't want to touch that jack. He might sell the shot. But he's leaving the gate open for Dora to play. Well, Wayne has just drawn second shot now. So it's important for Dora to play through the head and to move the jack back or either draw the shot. Timothy's walking down to Dora, explaining to her exactly what he wants her to do. He might even stay down there at the head with her. But he's walked all the way down to Dora, and both of them are discussing from the mat of what shot to play. Encouraging Dora. And certainly walking slowly back to the head. Dora has to recompose herself. She looks very, very nervous at this stage. She walked off the green after her last ball, looking up into the heavens for inspiration. certainly got that ball away cleanly. She just didn't quite have the weight. So well done to Southern Free State, who have won the game by 17 shots to 15. Well done to Kingfisher as well. A great effort, a great fight there. So Wayne York now leads the section on 18 points, followed by CPM Matthewson and Kingfisher on 15 points. But this afternoon, CPM Matthewson plays against Wayne York, and that game will be live streamed. So we're looking forward to that. I will update you with the scores on the other section. We have Rudy Jacobs 12, 16, 11 up. That game is finished. EKB are playing against Sedabeng. EKB are 23, 9 up. And Ernest Wagner is playing Port Natal, and they are 23, 8 up. Jerry Baker is playing against Andrew Sturley, and after 13 heads, Jerry Baker is 10, 6 up after 13 heads. So that game still got quite a way to go. I think they've had quite a few burnt heads in that game, and so they're about 4 heads behind. So we'll be signing off now from the lovely Cecilburg Bowling Club, and we will see you again at 11:30.